Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for you guys for what is your next step? What direction should you go in? So I've got some advice for you guys. I've got some word today from the Winged Enchantment Oracle deck. I have been obsessed with this bird deck lately. You guys know I love birds. That is like my thing. And this deck has been speaking to me a lot more. It was a newer deck, but I've been using it a lot during personal readings, and I just feel like I'm ready to share some more of these messages with you guys today. But first of all, I'm at the beach. This is such a beautiful place. I'm going to kind of pause the video real quick here and show you guys just a real quick clip of where I am and how amazing it is. I found this kind of little hidden cove, and I hope that you guys enjoy the natural sounds of the water right here and the vibe. I've been trying to do more readings outside for you guys because I've been getting a lot of feedback. You guys are loving it when I'm bringing these messages out in nature, so I hope you enjoy. So to get your card today, you can choose one of three objects. I've got the stick, which is number one. Number two is the pine cone. And number three is the rock. Just working with what I found around me. So you can choose the stick, the pine cone, or the rock. So number one, number two, or number three. And once you have chosen, you can head down below to the comments or the description where the timestamp is posted. And all you have to do is click on that timestamp and you will be instantly fast forwarded to your part in the reading. And I will see you soon. So for those of you guys who choose number one, let's see what your card is. And you are getting the hummingbird card. So the hummingbird, I have a lot to say about the hummingbird because this is actually my spirit animal, or my animal totem is the hummingbird. And this animal, of course, is all about joy and finding the nectar in life. And so when you're getting the hummingbird, this card is coming to you. The message is all about stop, slow down, and enjoy the sweetness of life. Have you forgotten how to taste life? That's advice I give a lot to people in my talents and gifts reading that I offer. I see a lot of people who are trying to figure out what they want to do or what career path they want to go on, but they haven't given themselves an opportunity to actually try things in life, or like I call tasting life. And so the hummingbird is all about finding your nectar and allowing yourself to be able to go out and try new things. So this is about picking up new hobbies, doing things that are fun for you, taking time off to enjoy yourself, and creating that time to take in the joy of life. Sometimes joyful moments will just come to you, and joyful opportunities and fun and happy opportunities will come, but honestly, most of the time, this is something you're gonna have to cultivate. It's something you are gonna have to create, and we forget that. So sometimes we get stuck in funks, or we get things kind of slow down in life, and we get kind of depressed and kind of gloomy, and we forget that at any moment, we can create a fun day. We can think of something creative to do. We can give ourselves a little project, and that is very important. Yes, it's important in life to like work and get a job and get your money and like have your survival and your foundation set. But sometimes we can get so stuck in that and so caught up in that we forget that in order to have energy to accomplish our goals in life, we need to be replenishing ourselves. And so replenish yourself by getting out in nature, you guys, okay? And also by doing things that are fun. And it doesn't have to be a big deal. I think as adults, sometimes we feel like limited in the types of creative things we can do because we feel all this pressure that if we do something creative, it has to be perfect, or we have to like sell it on Etsy or like post it on our social media, or it has to be good enough, or we have to prove something. But let yourself, pick up some crochet needles and fumble around, like color in a freaking adult coloring book. Learn how to braid your hair differently or something. Like, do something silly, do something stupid. It doesn't have not everything that you do has to be all like this masterpiece. If you've never drawn before, but you find yourself going into like art supply shops and looking at the drawing supplies and the erasers and the colored pencils, then pick that up, go on YouTube, find a basic tutorial, and like draw yourself a little flower. And don't look at it and be like, that's dumb, and give up, because everyone starts at the beginning. And there's always abstract art you can make. If you're not like really good at like specific types of artwork, because I'm really not personally, you can just like splatter stuff. You can paint like Pollock, and you can do finger paintings. You can blow up a bunch of balloons and put some paint in there and throw darts at it, and like, just get yourself having fun, get messy with some paint or some art supplies. The hummingbird is like, take back your freedom, take back your power, and seek out joy in your life. There will be no joy in your life if you do not seek to create it. Joy is created by you. It's not something that just happens. Sometimes, because this is a beautiful world, it is. It's also a crazy world. There's duality. We've got dark and light, hot and cold, good and evil. There's going to be good and bad, but if you just wait around for the good to happen to you, chances are it'll come less often than if you decide to cultivate that and create that in your life every day. So the hummingbird has a lot to do with creativity. It has a lot to do with seeking out what's fun for you. And seriously, you guys, just get outside, go on a walk, go into nature, go to the park, take a day trip. You never know what little national parks and places are around you. I discovered the last place I lived like years ago that there was a creek 15 minutes away. I had lived there my whole life. Like, I had lived in this place like 15 something years and never even realized that there was this beautiful creek near me. And all I had to do was just look on a map and search it online, and there I was, at this creek going like, wow. Had no idea there was this beautiful place and this opportunity right around the corner. So what beautiful places are hiding around near you? What opportunities for happiness and joy can you create and can you cultivate? This is a message for you about strength and also about passion. This is a very, the hummingbird is like, tap into your passion, tap into what drives you. There's a lot of clues of your life purpose and soul mission hidden in what your passion is and what drives you. The message here is also morning time. Morning time is going to be really important to you. You might find that if you're not usually a morning person, you might be starting to wake up earlier. This could also be a message for you about your morning routine, about in the morning getting up early and allowing yourself to start with something creative instead of just getting up, getting ready, going on social media, getting to work. Instead, maybe get up 20 minutes earlier, 30 minutes earlier, and try starting your morning off with some type of creative activity, or maybe with some journaling or some writing or some meditating or some painting or drawing. Like, get your creative juices flowing first thing in the morning, because the energy that you start the morning off with kind of catapults and snowballs and expands throughout the day. Not like if you have a bad morning, you can't have a bad day, but if you ever heard that saying of like, oh, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed, like, it's true that energy you start the morning off with has a lot to do with what happens to you like later on in the day. So if you can cultivate this joy and this fun and this creativity first thing in the morning, then this is an energy that will follow you throughout the day. So the hummingbird has flown in here to kind of awaken you to creativity, to remind you of your passion, to remind you to create, take the responsibility to create the joy and the sweetness and the nectar in your life. So I hope that this message resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, let's go ahead and see what your card is. And you are getting the Eagle card. So the Eagle card is definitely about spirituality, and the message is telling you that you have learned a lot about your spiritual path. Maybe you've been studying like Reiki and crystals and tarot and reading books, and like all the quotes and all the things, and like you've really been called to like get this knowledge and this wisdom for whatever your spiritual path is. But this is reminding you that spirituality is not something that you can necessarily find in books. It's not necessarily something that you can just consume and absorb. It's something that you put into practice. So the Eagle card is your push to put your spiritual knowledge into practice, to actually apply this to your life. And I guess I'm calling you out here in this reading, but I'll be honest, this has happened to me too, because I find myself really attracted to books that are talking about self-improvement and self-love and all that good stuff, but it's so easy to read those things and to not actually do anything with the information. So this is telling you to get out of your head and get into your body. Throw the books away, throw the information away, or maybe not throw it away, but put them aside and start checking in with yourself and start checking in with your body. So practices such as exercise or yoga or deep breathing or doing consciousness checks or checking in with your emotions, journaling, that kind of stuff can help you. Really, anything that gets you out of your head right now. This is a message that yes, you are on a spiritual awakening path and you're being called to make some changes. Sometimes we distract ourselves with information when really what we need to do is just follow our first hunch, follow our first impression, and take a leap of faith. So you don't need to sit here and psychoanalyze your life and overthink everything. The options ahead of you are really quite simple. Just make a decision and go for it. Logically, our logic is to help us take the practical steps to move forward and to be smart about, making those little baby steps to make things happen. Our heart is what we use to actually make those decisions. So all the answers are in your heart. It's time to tap into your heart. It's time to tap into your feelings and your emotions. The Eagle card is about having faith in yourself, telling you that your soul demands growth, and the Eagle message is here to nourish you. This is your signal to climb higher, to push harder, and then let go. Allow the final push and then float freely on the changes that are around you. Do not try to force anything right now. Don't cling to dogma or information. Enlightenment for you is not going to come from books. It's not going to come from classes. It is a lifetime journey. So you may not know exactly what's going to happen next in your life, but it's time to just have faith and take the leap anyways. Break your chains, learn to soar, get outside of your head and fly. So that is the message for you with the Eagle, and I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and get your message. And you are getting the Loon card. So the big message with the Loon card is dreamers take action. Are you a dreamer? Are you someone who loves to stare out the window and watch the rain fall, and think about life and opportunities? Do you have a million vision boards? Do you constantly find yourself talking about the things that you want to do, the plans that you want to make, the places that you want to go, the people that you want to see? Do you always think about the possibilities in life? Do you find yourself excited by new things and adventures? Are you somewhat of a spontaneous person? Well, this is a message to you. The Loon card is all about how sometimes we can get caught up in our dreams to the point where we can be overwhelmed by them so much to where we don't really know where to start and we don't really know how to take action. And dreaming is beautiful, and being a dreamer is a gift. The world needs the dreamers and the mystics and the poets, but the world needs those people to take action. And so the Loon here is here to tell you it's time for you to choose something and move forward with it. If you have a book full of half-finished poems, finish them. If you started writing an album but you stopped at your first song, it's time to seek to finish that and record it. If you've written the first chapter on your book but you've let it go because you've just been dreaming about other stuff, get back to writing that book. If you wanted to start that business but you stopped because then you had some other idea, go back to that original idea and back it up with some action. You actually have a good idea, or maybe even a couple of good ideas that you've just been sitting on. And so it's time to make a plan to work on this these creative things or these ideas a little bit every day. This is how things get accomplished. Maybe you're trying to block off time, like this Saturday I'm gonna spend 6 hours on it. That's not realistic. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, half hour a day, hour a day, that's more realistic. If you can make this a part of every single day, if you can make it a part of your routine every day, that is how this will get accomplished. And the Loon is just here to tell you, like, you have these dreams and these visions for a reason, but it's nothing unless you act on them. So maybe you're overwhelmed by like how magnanimous your dream is, but really it's just a little something every day. This is my little something today. I'm at the beach, I'm taking a day off, but I was like, you know what? I still need to keep my hustle going. I'm gonna bring my equipment and I'm gonna make a little video. So, you know, for me, this is just 20 minutes, 30 minutes of my day, but it's making a difference, you know? So what are you gonna do that's gonna be your 20 minutes or your 30 minutes a day towards your dream, towards growing your legacy? It's time to get out of the swamp of dreams and fantasy and get out into the real world and pull these visions down from the 5D into the 3D. I know you can do it. You have these dreams for a reason. You're a dreamer for a reason, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. So I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out.